So we know that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is the NMF, but after watching Embeddeds this week and everything we've seen from him before that, Gilbert Burns kind of finds himself in that same conversation. I mean, what a nice dude Gilbert Burns is, and it's going to be the battle of the niceties in this one when Gilbert Burns takes on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in this UFC 264 co-meet event. Should be fascinating to see how the jiu-jitsu I mean, I don't want to call him just a jiu-jitsu fighter because obviously Gilbert Burns has hands as well, but the jiu-jitsu plus hands fighter, we'll see how he stacks up against Wonderboy in this one, who's won two straight, absolute dominant performances over Jeff Neal and Vicente Luque. And before that, he was flatlined by Showtime Pettis and in just kind of a weird fight where he was dominating to the point where Pettis then just landed that YOLO punch. And before that, he lost a close, controversial decision to Darren Till. So we'll see how he does in this one against Gilbert Burns, who has had his recent setbacks. I mean, he just last time we saw him, he was getting TKO'd by Kamaru Usman, but it's tough to forget what he did in that first round because if we remember, Gilbert Burns won that first round. He dropped Kamaru Usman, and Usman started picking it up late at the end of that first round, and that's when he sort of found that timing. But those early 4 minutes or so proved to be dangerous for Gilbert. So, do you think he's going to have any chance in this one against Wonderboy Thompson, or do you see Wonderboy winning a fight similar to what he did against Jeff Neal or Vicente Luque and likely emerging with a decision? Who you got in this co-meet?
Yeah, this is such a fun fight. A tough fight for both of these guys. I mean, Gilbert Burns been an absolute tear, then lost to the champ. No shame in that because everybody's lost to the champ. Since he's been in the UFC. Um, but I gotta go with my boy Wonder Boy. I think he's just too darn good on the feet, and I just don't see Gilbert getting him to the ground, and that's the only place I see Gilbert winning. Um, if Gilbert gets it to the ground, which I mean, when have we ever seen Wonder Boy in trouble on the ground or even on the ground? So good luck with that, Burns. But if you got it, then I think it's a wrap. I think it's going to be very similar to the Jeff and Neal Hands of Steel fight where Burns is be coming in with those meat bombs, the ones that dropped Usman, and he's going to try to finish Thompson early. I think Thompson, ever since being clipped by, Wheaties Box Boy, I think he's learned a lot and not given up. That space where he has such an advantage and just such a better striker all around. He's got to be one of the smartest, best strikers with such a very unorthodox style, right? His hands down at the waist. I mean, he's letting you, hey, come in, and then Bop just smokes you. Wonder Boy is getting older, so that always worries me. But I think he's one of those weird freaks like Yoel, where he's still priming, and it's not till like 43 is when he's gonna be done. He always says how good he feels. I believe him. He's got a nice reach advantage, 4 inches, and then he's got 2 inches on the height. So it's going to be a very, very technical fight. I'm very curious to see how Burns handles this. And if he somehow can get the grappling going and keep the clinches, I think he could get it done. I just don't see Steven letting that happen. I think he's going to keep walking footsies around the ring and just piece him up. I see this being decision win, and then if Burns wins, I see a submission, but I gotta go with Wonder Boy via decision.
Yeah, I love the analysis, and I tend to agree with all the points that you made. I think that Gilbert Burns, if he is able to get this one done, it's figuring out a way to find get this to the mat and ultimately win by submission. But Stephen Thompson is supremely confident in his takedown defense, and rightly so. I mean, he's rarely been threatened by takedowns throughout his UFC tenure. I mean, Woodley got him down a few times, but he's very good at getting back to his feet. In the rare instance he is taken down, and he's also a guy who's never lost a fight via submission. So I think that you're spot on in that if and when Wonderboy is able to, use his prowess to keep this thing standing up, then it's likely just going to be another karate masterclass performance from Wonderboy Thompson because he's just the best. He's the master at fighting at a distance, and it just seems like fighters when going against him are almost mystified by the stand up. aspects and angles that he brings to the contest, because it's definitely a unique arsenal for sure. So if we look over at Tapology, 75% is rolling with Wonderboy Thompson. About 63% of it is beige. They think that decision is imminent as well. So 25% roll with Gilbert Burns, and it's a little spread out, right? They see some fans see the KO TKO likelihood, some see the submission, and then a slight majority seeing the decision. But I was a little surprised that 25% of the fans were rolling with Gilbert Burns. I thought this was going to be one of those 80%, 20%, or 85-15 for Wonderboy, because I think that Wonderboy at the -170 value he's coming in at is pretty strong parlay value. So we're both going with Wonderboy in this one. Any last thoughts on this co-meet? It should be awesome.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be an awesome fight. It's gonna be a very tough one for Burns. I mean,
Mhm.
if he can get in, he can absolutely clap Thompson. But I just don't see him taking him down. Right? Gilbert Burns is a jujitsu master, not a wrestler. So, and you gotta wrestle to get to the ground. I just don't see him being a better wrestler than a lot of the guys Thompson has already gone versus. So I don't see him getting to the ground at all. Um, but who knows? We'll see. Very excited. I like Thompson a lot in this. But yeah, meat boys, throw in the comments who you think Gilbert Burns is gonna absolutely smoke him like he smoked the last few guys. Or do you think that he's gonna just get pieced up for the whole time? Throw in the comments down below. We respond to all comments, and subscribe, smash the like, and check out the next video.